Greetings, football fans. Welcome to another episode of Ball Chat live on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Benton. Virgin, my brother, Junior, how are you doing, boss?
Well, I'm good and I'm good. I'm here.
We are working like Jamaicans. Come on, how are you doing?
I'm good.
And football lovers, this is the week where we review the weeks happening in football. We're gonna get to the major news, even though it was international break this week, Junior. But come on, but we're gonna hit some major points in football. Globally, different big things happen in football. We're gonna hit those major points. We're gonna quickly touch a Champions League draw that took place last week, Friday, and the Europa League draw, even though is soda water football that. And then preview EPL football and European football return next week. We'll preview a couple matchups coming down the pipe. And just to kick it off, let's do the weekend roundup and the weekend review. Junior, Javi Gracia, formerly of Watford. Watford had formerly sacked the coach. He's been there for about a year. Watford was sitting at the bottom of the EPL. He did finish 11th last year in the EPL, and they took them to the FA Cup final, which they got 6-0 from Manchester City. Are you shocked with the decision to let Mr. Garcia go, and now Kiki Sanchez Flores replace him?
Shocked, yes. I'm shocked. I didn't expect it.
You didn't expect it.
No.
And football fans and football lovers out there, send on your comments, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. Send on your questions or comments. We'll get them in. Any questions for myself or Junior? We'll pretend to be keyboard coaches most of the days.
And come on, too.
And come on. My apologies, come on. So come on, Watford decided to get rid of Mr. Javi Garcia, and decided to go with the former coach, Kike Flores Sanchez. Kike Flores Sanchez was the manager from 2015 to 2016. Are you surprised by the move? Do you agree with the move? Or you think Watford is going to be relegated this year? Doesn't matter who they have as coach.
It's still early, so let's not talk about relegation. But remember, we said that football is a business and a result-oriented sport. He wasn't given the results that the owners thought that they should be getting. So the easiest person to get rid of is not the complete team, just that one man, the coach. So he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do, what they wanted him to do, then he just got to go. But I don't think they'll be relegated. I think Watford has good players, good enough players to keep them afloat in the Premier League.
So Junior, yeah, and so they lost their first three matches. The last three matches out of the first four, they drew another match, and so they're on a single point. Is it too much to ask? Watford, and you've said this in the old Ball Chat episode, Watford is pretty much Troy Deeney. He's the face of this team. Troy Deeney is a year older. They had Gerard Deulofeu. They have a few players that are quite outstanding or quite good. Probably outstanding is too harsh or too lavish a praise. Is it too much to ask Mr. Troy Deeney to carry this Watford team, or did they do enough in the summer so in that, to have given Mr. Garcia more time at the helm?
Troy Deeney is not only 1 year older, he's also 5 pounds heavier.
And
looks like. So yes, it's asking too much. Big up Rex Roy. Rex Roy is watching right now on slings. What?
We're going on sling.
On sling now.
Big up yourself. But to Javi Garcia, and come on, they decided to go with Kike Flores. Kike Flores had, if you remember that Watford team with Igalo, who scored a bag of goals. Expect them to do well, and there's no Igala this year who's going to be leading the line for them, And I mean, Deulofeu and others should be able to compensate for the lack of outstanding goal scorers.
Well, maybe he can perform a miracle like Pep. Maybe he can bring out the best out of Troy Deeney this season. We never know. They interviewed coaches. They had a slew of coaches that they interviewed as per the news outlets, and he was the best choice. So, the owners and maybe the technical staff saw something in this coach that they think will assist or help Watford to stay in the Premier League. Yeah. Maybe be in top 10, who knows? It's still early. Give him until January, then we can talk again about what he can do or what he cannot do.
All right. So first coach by the dust in the English Premier League or in European, well, English Premier League this year. So Junior, let's segue from Watford and decision to sack Mr. Javi Garcias and get ready for, and just to review some major news that occurred in the week. Transfer window closed, and there weren't a lot of activities, but there were some that was really monumental. And the one and only, well, a couple that was really monumental. Mr. Icardi is now officially a PSG player. Neymar didn't actually leave with all the rumors circulating him. Do you see all the drama with Icardi and Neymar surviving this PSG outfit this year, and how do you expect Thomas Tuchel to handle that drama?
Of course, I see it surviving because it's not like PSG is going to be challenged at home.
Yeah, but I mean, PSG have aspiration for not league to win League One. They know they can have that trophy.
PSG fans has aspirations for more than League One trophy.
Yes.
But what do the players expect? Yeah, the man them are playing in an easy league, and they're just gonna go out there and just do what they can.
They're just going to go out there and do it.
Just do what they can.
Come on, care to elaborate. Are you surprised by the move of having Icardi now a part of this PSG lineup? And do you expect with Neymar staying home at PSG, we've talked that they cannot, Neymar couldn't go back to this team. I think someone have said this before. What do you expect now? He just apologized to the group and said that all is well.
Yeah, that's what he's going to do. I mean, he wants to play big football. He wants to play big man football. So he's going to apologize and he's going to suck it up, and then he's going to go there because guess what? They're actually, they're now a team with two drama queens. So, he can always stick on to Icardi and then they can be two drama queens together. But I do see Neymar sucking it up, apologizing and going out there and scoring a bag of goals because he wants to play in Champions League.
Because he wants to play in Champions League. So those were the two major moves. I mean, happening. Junior, go ahead.
The biggest move that did not happen is Eriksen.
Christian Eriksen.
Eriksen. Well, it's three of them: Eriksen, Dybala, and Bruno Fernandes.
And Bruno Fernandes, yeah.
How can these players now play at their clubs knowing that one, they weren't wanted?
But who said Eriksen wasn't wanted?
If you want Eriksen, you pay him. It's that simple. If you
Well,
want him, you roll up the Brinkstruck and give him an offer you can't refuse.
Eriksen will get a Brinkstruck offer when Eriksen leads us to a championship.
Okay.
Come on, were the three major no moves for you with the Bruno Fernandes, the Dybala, and yes, granted, Dybala is going to have to warm bench at Juve probably till January. Are you shocked that they're staying in their current position?
Chicharito is at Sevilla. I think he played well in the Mexico game versus USA. So I think Sevilla has gotten a good player in Chicharito.
Yeah.
I mean, the transfer market, the transfer window this time around was just it was a fizzle. I mean, nothing crazy. We wanted to see the Paul Pogba move to Real Madrid. I'm not sure if he's going to be a Manchester United player come January. But nothing happened really that we need to talk about in the transfer window.
Well, wait. Come on. Something did happen that we... See, the Barca fans really want to brush. Come on, as a Barca fan, knowing that was Barcelona really serious about, I want to get your views on this, was Barcelona really serious about getting Neymar? Allegedly, they only made one offer per reports. And some of the players that were in this package, allegedly the Rakitic and the Ousmane Dembeles of the world, how do those players now come back in the fold and so know that they were once extra or surplus material? And secondly, how does a Bartomeu or a Barca president, knowing that they only made one offer for Neymar, letting the Messi and Suarez and Piqué of the world, who have advocated heavily for Neymar to join them, how does the president go in and tell those guys that he did a good job, he did his best to bring Neymar into the fold? Can they trust that president? As a Barcelona fan, are you happy with the decisions that were made to try to capture Neymar? And do you think it was a genuine decision? And subsequently, the surplus players, do they just suck it up and play football?
That's a mouthful, Mark. That's a mouthful.
We don't have a ton of
Listen,
time.
I didn't really want Neymar at Barcelona. It's not my decision, so they could do whatever they wanted to do with that foolishness.
Yeah.
I'm glad he didn't go because we don't need a disruption. We don't need the craziness. We don't need off the field drama. We really don't need it. And as to the players looking at the owner or the president and talking about it's simple. They get paid. As long as their paychecks are being signed, I don't think they need to worry about who wants to be surplus or who wants to be good players or players, who are going to be on the bench.
Okay.
They just need to go there and just play. They're getting paid.
Just do your job. Do your job. Junior?
It's real simple. The president of Barcelona should have just looked at the players and said, because it's not reported, how much money PSG really wanted for Neymar.
Oh, yes. Allegedly
200 or how much?
200 and some, there were reports of 280 million euros, 325, 225 million. There was all sort of numbers that was being thrown out there.
So that is all he had to put out there and said that number is accurate. They wanted that amount of money. And the players would be like, okay, I understand. Keep it moving.
And keep it moving.
There's no way he's going to be there.
There's no way.
So let's
no
move
way.
on, man.
All right. Just move on. A bit of black cloud that continued to circulate around our sport, the sport that we love and enjoy. Racism and what transpired with Lukaku. Lukaku is at Inter Milan. He went up to take a penalty and there was a monkey chant from the Cagliari fans. We've discussed this too many times in our space, but one thing that's really different about this situation is where the ultras of Inter Milan wrote an open letter to Lukaku pretty much saying that this is not racism, it's a sign of, respect, or a sign of just they want to throw you off the game. Do you guys have any issues with this from the ultras of Inter Milan, or, we will never solve this issue, it seems like.
Okay.
Junior.
Come on, Benton. Give me 1 minute
All right, go
to
ahead,
explain
Junior.
myself.
Should we go ahead and take a break?
And the people that are watching on Facebook right now, and YouTube, we need this interaction for the racism. And I want everybody to listen to me and listen to me closely.
Yeah.
Racism is real. Yes. We have racist people out there.
Yeah.
Yes. I am going to come out right now and say this. I am willing to bet that some of those fans that are doing the monkey chants are not doing it out of saying that you are a monkey, you are that blah blah blah. I am willing to bet that they are really trying to get the player off his game.
They're trying to throw him off again.
Because I am a fan of a team here, of just any random team. You throw out any team out there right now, and they are playing against any random team in the NBA or whatever. If there's a player out there like Dwight Howard, and I'm going to go for shock value right now on this show, it is reported on numerous times that Dwight Howard go the other way, that he likes men, right? If I am in the stands and I'm an Atlanta Hawks fan and we're playing against Dwight Howard, I am going to go out there and shout something just to get in Dwight Howard's head. Does that mean I'm homophobic? It wouldn't be smart. But does that mean I'm homophobic, or am I just trying to look for a competitive
I am
edge?
not touching that one with a 10 feet pole.
But that is
Go ahead.
that is why I'm saying that we need to have this conversation. Now, to get rid of racism, I am on record for saying this. The best way to out a fire is remove the oxygen out the room. Okay. Don't show any reaction to the racists.
Okay.
They are just trolls that are talking. I go back to again and said I am worried more about the kid that is playing high school sports and is being racially profiled, and that person is going to go and slit their wrist. That is who I'm worried about. I'm not worried about these millionaires.
And
man.
You took more than a minute, but come on, I'm going to let you respond in a second. Big up to Starboy, Michael Starboy on Facebook. He said those Cagliari fans are awful. Is it a sense that they're trying to throw the player out of the game, out of his or her game, or is it truly a sense of reflection of hate, or just And Starboy said that's a poor example, Junior.
But I'm going for the shock value.
Touching that one.
I'm going for the shock value.
Come on, care to elaborate on this? Lukaku took it up on himself to, really put out a strong worded statement against this. Vincent Kompany also came out and said, until the leadership do something about this, just a paraphrase, we will continue to have these issues. Come on, go ahead.
I disagree with Junior 110%. I mean, they're racist. You chant racist things, you are racist. And I understand when you're talking about don't react, but it's not easy not to react. Example being, I referee, I'm a black female, right? And if you hear me speak, you can hear my accent.
Right.
When my assigner sends me up, and I live in Maryland, and you would think Maryland is blue. But when my assigner sends me up to some places, and I'm telling you, this is not high school or college. This is boys U9, girls U14. When they send me up into some areas, I'm not even going to call the area name, but I drive up there. As soon as I pull up into the parking lot, right, you can feel it, you can sense it. And the reaction to me, I mean, it's just off the chain. At one point, I had to clear the entire sideline. So it's not that they feel they want to get me off my game, my referee game, by saying racist things. They truly are racist in their hearts. And the fact that the supporter group come out and put that ridiculous, stupid, crazy statement out there, it's foolish. You want to get Lukaku off his game? Shine the thing in his eyes, right? Say Lukaku's first touch is so poor. Say something in the form of a mama joke if that's the case. But that racist, that monkey chant is associated to racism. Why would you do it?
Yeah.
So I think that you believe whatever you are doing. And we talk about it all the time. Yeah, if we want these fans to stop being racist to the players on the pitch, yeah, the players are millionaires. They're supposed to suck it up, fine. But FIFA and the football bodies or whatever, they need to take away points from them. Like that set of fans.
Yeah.
If they did it one more time, they would play to an empty stadium. 10,000 euro is nothing.
Yeah. Those fines are a slap on the wrist. And
deduct 10 points from them the beginning of the season. That is 3 games and a draw.
Yeah.
That's 3 wins and a draw. If you deduct 10, 15, 20 points from these teams, I bet you they put 100% into not allowing the foolishness to continue. So those people they're racist. You're out there chanting monkey stuff. You're talking about black people, this or whatever. You are racist. Don't take me off my game by saying that.
There is other way to do that.
You want to tell what I am most disappointed in?
Yes.
The most disappointed that I'm...
Tell us what you're most disappointed in.
Is the fact that Calgary is not an all-white team.
Yes.
So if racism exists in Italy and there's a problem with racism, it should not just be the player that is being chanted against should react that way. If these black players are serious about stamping out racism, I don't care who you play for. They could be your fans. Walk off the field.
Okay.
Until I see that, don't come to me with the foolishness now and expect me as a fan to sit back. When the players themselves are not burning the only players that show that they are affected are the players that get the chance. So what are you going to tell me then? Or the Calgary fans, if I'm a black player in Calgary, they're only racist towards that black guy. But what makes my black skin different than Lukaku's black skin? Those are the questions I need answered.
Yeah. And so to Starboy on Facebook says racism is real and it should not be allowed in our sport. Hopeton Barrett, big up yourself. FIFA aren't serious about this evil act. We agree with both of you guys.
I agree 100%.
Send on your comments, whether on Facebook or on YouTube.
Real quick.
Come on, get that point. Because you're eager about racism.
Very eager.
You're very eager. Come on. Kevin brought up a point earlier in this week as we discussed this. I want to attribute this comment to him. He said, until a player who is recognizable, a big name player in the sport, like the Lukaku's of the world, or somebody huge who said, you know what, I will not come to your place, I will not play for your team, I will not associate with your league until you start doing something to clean up this league. Is that what you think it will take to have to move this needle on racism in the sport? Will players stop playing in this league like the big players should abandon this league? Do you think that's possible?
No, actually, I don't think that will work.
Okay.
Because people are going to look out for themselves.
Yeah.
I don't see a Cristiano Ronaldo saying, I am going to stop taking a paycheck from Juventus, or I'm going to quit the team because the fans are racist. It has to be a collective collective movement. Not only, it shouldn't fall on just the players.
Yeah.
It's supposed to fall on the league. The league is responsible for the well-being of fans and also players.
Yes,
so when the owners decide that, listen, we need supporting groups from different clubs not to come to our stadiums because they're racist towards our players, then the coaches and the technical staff and the players and the owners and the league will have to come together to see how they can do it. And as Junior said, take out the oxygen out of it. Ignoring it is not really taking the oxygen out. Hit them where it hurts.
Yeah.
When it comes to money, can you imagine starting off the season in -15, right? They do it when it's financial. You see what I'm telling you about money? When a team is in financial problems, they're so quick to deduct points. But the safety and the well-being of players are not important enough for you to deduct points. So can you imagine a team like a Napoli, right? Or even a Marseille starting off with a -20, and they can't catch up during the rest of the season and miss out on that Champions League spot or that Europa League spot.
Yeah.
That's where the big bucks is. So you hit these owners, you hit them where it hurts. And when the players realize that Italy is not the place for black players, I just don't understand why black players still go there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If Balotelli is an Italian, a black Italian, and he can be treated like that, why would I go there? I mean, there should be other clubs out there that will take black players and not put them through the same issue. Lukaku knew exactly what was going on there, but he still chose to go. So my thing is this, I don't understand, this is not right. But you, Lukaku, chose to go there, and this is not new. It's not new. So if I know that a company does not treat black workers well, and I have offers from different companies, I want to go to your company. And when clubs can't get the talent, right, they can't get talented players to come to their teams, then fans are going to start complaining, and it's going to hit you where it hurts. And that's what the league needs to do. They need to step up, and they need to start penalizing these clubs, these owners, just to stamp out racism. But they won't, because fans coming to games contribute to tickets. Tickets are sales money. So, I mean, why should they care what the player is going to say? Because we pay you.
Yeah. Michael on Facebook says, who's to tell that those black players of Calgary aren't subject to the same wicked act? And he also said, exactly well said. You know the landscape of what you're entering. To paraphrase, don't go there. Why go there? Junior, go ahead, boss, because I know you were itching to make a point. Sorry, boss.
I experience.
Speechless.
No, I'm not speechless. I'm picking my words because we don't have enough time, and I don't want to give a negative, a wrong impression.
Yes.
I'm completely against racism. I experienced racism as a player.
Yes.
When I first moved to the United States.
Yes.
And I found it funny, to be honest with you. I reacted to it differently. The defender called me a tar baby.
Okay.
And it was the funniest thing ever. And the people were in the fans, and they were like, oh, Jamaican banana, but all kind of foolishness.
Yeah.
But I reacted to it differently. I would never expect a player to react to it the same way.
Yeah.
But Camon brought up the key point. Why go there?
Yes.
And Michael brought up the same point. He's sure the Calgary players are also subjected to that same kind of reaction.
Yeah.
So why not stamp it out there on the field? And the biggest point of them all, if we are going to penalize the teams and the owners, if I am an Inter Milan fan, I know that there's a chance I can put on an AC Milan jersey, go in the San Siro and make a monkey chant at Romelu Lukaku for the clear chance of docking in AC Milan 15 points next year. How are you going to combat that?
Yeah, that would have to be policed somewhere.
It is all good on principle.
It can be done in this day and age. In an NWSL game at Portland, I think it was either Portland, somebody ran. So I don't remember the two teams.
Yeah.
Somebody tweeted that says someone in section so and so just said something racist, and in 2 seconds they responded. Security is on its way. Security went and they removed that person from the stadium. So I'm saying it can be done. If I am sitting here, if me, you, and Benton is sitting in a section, and you, Junior, get up with a monkey chat or whatever, if I don't agree with you and your monkey chat, of course I'm snitching on you. So what I'm saying is this: it's a collective job. It's not going to take one person. It will take other people.
Yeah.
Everybody has to do their part to stamp out racism. We can't complain all we want to complain, but unless something is done, and I do understand what you're saying, Junior, your point is valid, trust me. But they have technology. Just look at the guy at Chelsea. Look what he did with Sterling. And what happened? He got banned for life because they identified him. It can be done. They need too much money to not invest in the technology to keep the players well. And as long as they can't, we are complaining, but the players, it has to be collective.
Yeah, it has to be a collective.
It has to be collective. They have to stand up. The white players, they have to stand up for the black ones. If the black ones, the white ones, getting the same treatment, they should. It has to be collective, and they can figure out a way to do it.
Yeah.
So they will. Junior, if you are playing on a team, right, and you know that if somebody from outside or another team come and can let your team get docked 15 points, and you see him in the stands acting the fool, you are not going to say something?
Yeah.
Come on, these stadiums hold 50, 60,000 people, right?
Yeah.
If I am 6'5" and I weigh 450 pounds after I eat my Sunday dinner, if I come and sit in front of you, Benton, what is stopping you from tweeting out this guy that is sitting in front of me just did a monkey chant just to get me removed out?
So
guys,
it was so weird. So when you make this statement, Junior, if a person's tweet, then you look at the video evidence to support it. It's heavily surveilled. The stadiums are heavily surveilled. You look at the evidence. But like Camon said, you need a collective effort. You need white players. You need players, the coaching staff, everyone. In fact, one of the disappointing things is that Inter Milan has not come out very aggressively and said anything about this. But you need a collective effort. It cannot just be the black players alone who have an issue with this and try to solve this issue on their own.
We are having problems with VAR giving us accurate documentation of offsides, handballs, and fouls. But we are going to talk about the same video evidence for.
That's not the VAR issue. No. That's a referee interpretation issue.
That makes no sense.
We want to wrap this up, but Moses Keane also experienced a similar issue last year at Calgary. Come on, and so like you said, they need to be more draconian with the punishment, dock their points, but there has to be a collective effort.
I agree. I agree.
You know. All right. Come on. Were you gonna say something else? Because since Junior go for shock on all points.
I don't know why Junior bring up VAR. You know, the video does not lie, Junior. It is interpretation from a human being that gives us the problem.
All right.
Just to make that clear.
All right,
You
so
know,
I
was
get up
against
and scratch.
Barber.
I have a itch on my ribs and I'm scratching it. You can interpret that I'm making a monkey chant. Guys, you're going down a slippery slope. Trust me. Just
Well,
trust me.
and it's with as slippery as the slope may want to be, regardless, we should not be afraid to go down the slope because we have an issue within our sport and we need to collectively find a way to deal with it. Whether it's using technology, whether it's using collective community effort, whether it's using anything that's available, docking points. The tools are available.
I said don't play in Italy, don't play in Russia.
That's
my
your
stance.
stance. And last year, Inter Milan had
I agree.
have this.
I agree 100%. Take the talent away. Let them use homegrown players.
Yeah.
Let them use the white players. Do not go to those places because you know you remember when Samuel Eto'o went to Russia. Yep. And you remember that everywhere that he's supposed to go, he had to have bodyguards. You remember that? Yeah. But he was the highest paid player. And I used to scratch my head and wonder, why would you put yourself in a position like that? But it's the almighty dollar.
See, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm kind of torn on that one. I think, you know, if some of us say we're not going to uncharted territories, then things would not be the same. Would be the same as it is. I mean, people like Moises Keane, who grew up in that culture and from that culture, who fortunately now is playing in other parts of Europe. What if he didn't get a contract in Everton? He would have been playing in Italy, and he was exposed to that sort of chance last year. So there are players who are born there who don't get an escape with contracts to play other places overseas, and they're playing within Italy, have a right to make a living. Clean up the sport. All right. Now to segue, well, come on, I guess we don't want you because we're now running close on time. Champions League overview quickly. We never get to touch on this, but come on, Dortmund and Barca is in the group, but the biggest group seems to be Dortmund, Barca, and Inter Milan. Do you have any worry about that group as a Barca fan?
No, I absolutely don't. I know Dortmund will beat the brakes off Barcelona because we can't even beat a team in La Liga. So, I mean, like this year for me, for Barcelona is a wash unless we get our act together. I'm not worried about them.
Okay. PSG and Real Madrid is in the same group. We get to see Neymar and Icardi. That should be entertaining. And match day one will coming down the pipe soon. We'll in a few weeks, a couple weeks actually, and we'll preview the big matchups of match day one coming up soon. But Junior, I mean, Liverpool and Napoli is also in the same group. Rematch of last year, group play. It's Liverpool the same thing as
Liverpool gone.
Should be exciting champion football though. Should be exciting champion football. But the big group seems to be that Dortmund versus Dortmund, Inter, and
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Why every year Manchester City get an easy group? What is going on?
Aisle money.
It's not an easy group because Manchester City might be struggling anyway.
It's aisle money. It is what it is.
Benton against Shakhtar and Dynamo Zagreb. What? Did
Shakhtar,
you say struggle?
so let's go Shakhtar, Dynamo, and who else is in the group?
Another high school team.
Atalanta.
The hardest part about Man City's group is the travel.
Yes.
That's the only hard.
And the biggest enemy with Man City and themselves. I mean, I was gonna say Manchester United, but I forgot we're talking about champion football. And Manchester United don't play champion football.
You see what? You saw we resort to?
Oh my. Julia, you're going to take that. But so it's going to be exciting to see the Jamaican Leon Bailey in Group D. You know, he in D with Atletico Madrid, Juventus, and Lokomotiv Moscow. So it's that's interesting. I hope he gets a good run, and I hope he can do something, some damage in that group.
The only thing interesting about that group is that Jamaican player.
So I mean, come on, because you have Atletico Madrid, Juventus, Bayern Leverkusen, and
Lokomotiv.
Yeah. That should be an interesting matchup as Atletico Madrid try to and this is a big money side. Juventus chance to try to stomp the class on the rest of the field.
They should. Don't talk about Group H because Chelsea is not beating Ajax and not beating Valencia.
Ajax is not the same Ajax from last
I
year.
was
They have been
about to get to
gutted.
Chelsea.
Chelsea is not the same Chelsea like last year.
Chelsea is not the same Chelsea like last year. Which Chelsea? That was sugar and water Chelsea.
Hey, at least we're going to put a sugar. This year is just water. It's not even spring water.
It's not even spring water. So, football lovers, we'll preview the matchups as they come down the pipe. I think match day 1 will be on the 24th or somewhere there. So, we'll be previewing the games as they come down the pipe. And we'll pick out the big matchups and look at the big critical games as they're coming down. The segue to preview and prediction segment. EPL return next week, or European football return next week, and the big matchups in the EPL. Manchester United, formerly the Empire. By the way, did you see how Roy Keane was beating Alex Ferguson this week in an interview? It's normal for Roy Keane.
That has nothing to do with the game.
Roy Keane, that has nothing to do with the game. Leicester City versus Manchester City. Manchester United. Manchester United is sitting in 8th. What do you expect? Your prediction? People have equated Manchester United to one-dimensional. Come on, 4-2-3-1 is the normal formation for one, Mr. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Leicester City have gone with 4-1-4-1. It depends on the matchups. They also go to 4-3-3. Depends on who they're playing. Leicester City seems to start out hot. Your prediction? And this game will be at Old Trafford?
Leicester City will be the brakes of Manchester United unless Manchester United get their act together. Junior, are you guys together?
This has nothing to do with Manchester United getting their acts together. Manchester United is built to play against a team that attacks them. Leicester City is a team that is built to attack teams. Man U is going to beat the brakes off Leicester City. I was right the last couple of weeks. I'm telling you this right now. It's going to be ugly. Trust me. Leicester cannot play defensive-minded football or play composed football. They cannot play possession football. They're going to attack Man U and they're going to get destroyed on the counter-attack. Trust me on that.
You're talking foolishness.
All right. So what's your bet?
Benton, screenshot that.
Huh?
Yeah, screenshot it.
Benton,
No,
screenshot that.
but what you saying, Benton? Harry Maguire playing against his old team. What you say?
Is Marshall fit and will be available for this game?
It doesn't matter if Marshall is fit.
By the way, is Marshall is fit for this game because he's going down middle, right?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It
Who's
doesn't
going to
matter.
score
I
the
want
goal?
Greenwood to start. But it's
That's
not a
how
money
we don't
show.
have time for all that Manchester United advocating for players to start and Lingard and whosoever. Manchester, it's a draw game. It's a draw game. 4-1, 4-4, 4-1, 4-1. Leicester City will play that formation. They're going. It's the same thing that they did at Chelsea. They will try to just pack it in and try to play counter-attacking football. Draw game. 2 idiot side. On to Wolves versus Chelsea. And the other big matchup this weekend. Wolves still need to win a game in this year EPL season. They have played about 10 games, meaningful games, since the start of the summer. Since the middle of the summer, since they were playing Europa League qualifying. In fact, we didn't even discuss Europa League, but that is Wasteman League.
So hold on. So why Wolves must beat my side? What is going on? What are you saying, Benton? Why it have to be my side for Wolves win?
Wolves is playing at home against Chelsea. They need to win a game. Nuno Esperanto and company, but Bala is out. Junior, come on, your prediction.
Go ahead, come on.
It's not going to be. Junior, go ahead, Junior, because I want to counteract anything you say.
I don't see anybody on Wolves that can stop Abraham right now.
Tammy Abrams.
I don't see anybody on Wolves that can. And give Lampard his credit, or whoever is behind game planning for Chelsea. They always seem to start right. And eventually, he's going to learn how to make his adjustments. And this week will be that week. They're going to win.
So you have Chelsea winning.
I have
Come
Chelsea
on.
winning.
I see a 2-2 tie. I see a draw for 2-2, and that's being generous from my side because I see Wolves no pun intended. I see Wolves tearing Chelsea apart. I don't think Frank Lampard learned his man management thing yet. I think he's still into giving all these young players an opportunity early in the season. So I see it can be a rough game for us. But thank God I'm being Jamaica on the beach. So.
I'm actually picking Wolves to win this game. They don't have any Europa League game this Thursday coming up. They have a week now to get ready for football game. They're playing at home. They beat Chelsea. They beat Chelsea. My only concern for Wolves is that Bala is gonna be out for this game after picking up that stupid red card against Everton. But Wolves will win. Catron and Wolves family will win this game.
Oh, and sorry, the messages are just coming in. Big up Jug. Jug is asking, where were you when City was drawing Bayern back to back? And I might.
I wasn't born yet.
I big up Hopeton. Hopeton is talking about the racism thing where he's talking about FIFA arts. Yeah. And Michael is saying that Man U will win. Because when he says we, he's talking about Manchester United, sir.
So Michael is a Manchester United fan. It's very funny how the Manchester United fan run out. That was not called for. Leave Manchester United alone. The Manchester United fans are getting sensitive. Bugside. And Starboy said Barca will advance from one more game to predict in Europe. Bayern Leverkusen goes to Dortmund. Dortmund had the brakes beat after them by Union. I mean, Dortmund get right here. Prior to the international break, Dortmund get right. Right? Come on. Dortmund does get right. This is supposed to be the eventual champions of Bundesliga. Come on.
Yes.
Dortmund does get right here. Junior, Dortmund does get right here. Football family, as we wrap up the show, sorry for it to be too long today, but Dortmund does get right here. Come on. Somebody.
Maybe.
Junior, Dortmund does get right. All right.
We said last week, is this a blip? Or is this the new Dortmund is being Dortmund?
Okay.
I will not. I don't know.
You don't touch it.
I don't.
You don't know.
I don't know.
So come on, do you have a prediction for Dortmund against Leverkusen?
Dortmund 3, Bayern 1.
Okay. And Junior? You don't know.
Dortmund will beat the brakes off of Leverkusen.
Dortmund, thank you, Junior, for making me feel that because I've picked Dortmund to do quite well this year. Yeah. Don't lose your school lunch money picking Dortmund. Football family, link us on social media. Link us on Instagram, Ball Chat Podcast, on Instagram, Ball Chat 1 on Twitter, Ball Chat on Facebook. Thank everyone for joining us on Facebook. Big up yourself, Jug, Starboy, the entire football family. Link us email at gmail@ballchatpodcast@gmail.com. I'm tired, man.
And just to let everybody know, we're working on a way where we can have a call-in feature where anybody that wants to take part in the show can just come on and just we can open
you
the
can
lines.
talk your mind.
Talk your mind. We're gonna have that Talk Your Mind episode.
Talk
people.
your mind. And link us on Facebook. Like, share, and subscribe. Come on. You're a big baller, Messi. Still can't see him play no ball. One to him.
Messed up.
Good work.
Bye-bye.